I'd like those answers now. First, the purpose of your star flight.
Okay, pilots.
Your life, chance to build the world.
Gotta carve out something here
Other things I doubt you would understand.
on my
Why?
LX model, MiG 29.
Because I'm not a product of controlled genetics.
Now, what I'm going to install
Captain, although your abilities intrigue me,
is burners,
quite honestly,
but these are ring burners. They turn 3 different colors, blue,
in fact, I am surprised
yellow,
how
red,
little improvement has
through
been
the
human evolution. All
throttle.
has been technical advancement and how little man himself.
The first thing you kind of do is you just lay it up there. All right. That just gives you an idea on where your line is going to be. Okay. So that first look tells me that line is going to be right across there. Let's go ahead and mark it. And essentially, it's going to be bored out into a cone shape. Let's see if we can get here closer. If you can see that, and you can see how I've coned it out, okay, to where my burner, where's the one I was using here? That one really is down over there. We'll go into it. And the cone shape gives me view of the lights through the back exit. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, I had a comment on the last video. Let's see if I can find it here. Here it is, right here. Okay. He asked some questions about his MiG 29, and he's got that when he bought it, he didn't really get a lot of information. I'm gonna go get my glasses. Thank you. I'm gonna forget my glasses every time. We're gonna get some close-ups on some pages here you might be interested in looking at. Okay, now this might not be the way he wires it, that this receiver might be just totally different, but it might help him if he wants to get the vectoring going. Okay, I hope you're seeing that. Let me see if it'll get closer. I'm gonna try to get closer. I can't really see right now on the viewer. But that's the way the manufacturer wants you to wire it up on the receiver. Let me see if I can get over here and be able to look at it too. That would help, yes. Alright, here we go again. Make sure you've seen that. Okay. Alrighty. Need that. It's already built. Let's see here. It doesn't really give you readings, it just gives you pictures. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Make sure you get a good look at that one. Let's see if I can get you on that point they're measuring from there. Get you a good view at that, because that's important. There may be a body line somewhere, because as pilots, I hadn't checked the CG or done rates or anything on this jet yet. So, you know, this is the first for me too. I'm looking at things for the first. I've had this jet probably 3 years, well, maybe 2.5, something like that. But pilots, I like to watch videos on things that I'm gonna buy, and I've been watching video on this jet. I mean, the only thing about it that I've seen is the motor locks up on you sometimes, and you need a long runway. And from video I've seen, and for what I've done to this thing by putting these rubber tires on it, man, it's going down the runway, it's going straight, but man, them LX small tires and wheels they put on the jets, man, they're like, it's like ice, you know, it's like you're driving on ice. And the jet just kind of, it's just sliding all over the place. And you're trying to correct for them, and the B2 is bad at it too. Well, I'm hoping them wheels I put on it helps to stop that. But it's just like a car on ice going down the runway. You try to correct, you overcorrect, there it goes. So that's why I tell pilots when they fly their LX models, make sure you in a big parking lot with no light poles and nothing around. Nothing around. Alright, let's see. I think that's pretty much got it there. All the rest of the pages just had instructions and pictures of how to build it. At a kit version too now. I have never bought one of these LX models at a kit version. Ain't no way in hell. I seen In the Tube Deep build a F-22, and he had took that insulation that you spray inside, and it foams out, and you know what I'm talking about, in the grooves and all inside before he would glue back and reinforce. Oh man, son of a gun! I just felt bad when it went down, pilots. So I've got my burn, got it in there. I've marked it. I know how deep. Now this foam in this LX model is not deep at all. It's not thick at all. I would say just a little bit over 1/4 inch thick. So all I'm really doing is maybe making half of a cut of that trying. I need to put another blade on it. Dang, I forgot to do that. This LX model foam, pilots, is not the same. It's denser, I tell you. I mean, I don't understand. It's like paper as far as breaking and tearing, but to try to cut the stuff, I hope y'all are enjoying something I'm listening to. Now, I'm not going to do this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to bore this out. And later I'm going to do the gluing and the backing and everything. I just want to show you how I bore stuff out like this. Oh yeah, now there you go. That's better. Now, in coning out something in foam and boring out something in foam, if you can't get the blade down in there and make a straight cut doing what you want to do, and you getting back into somewhere where you can't hold your blade straight up and down and try to do it, what I do is I'll take and I'll just try to make another cut right beside that, but just not as deep. I mean, you know, you swagging in here, pilots. You're not taking out a meter and measuring the distance and then putting a mark on the blade. You know, okay, come on. And then the next line is a little less deeper. Now, on the bottom here, I'm having to do this. But on the top, it's going to be a totally different step or progress. Because really all you have to do is just hold your blade in an angle and make this cut here. Just make a cone. But try to do it very carefully, because you've got to reuse that piece that you cut out of there, pilots. Okay? So I've got some lines cut here, okay? Now I'm gonna make cross cuts. And trying to do the way I done by starting on the end, the back side of the jet here on my light and thin cuts. I'm just barely taking my blade and sticking it in there and then going deeper as I get back to that last cut. That's making a little blocks in the foam.
My vessel was used to design you and yours to select a colony planet. One with
Pilots Dave's RC comes on tonight,
to be conquered by you.
9 o'clock.
Make that most simple.
Home of the free giveaway.
Each of you in turn will go
You
in
get your prize, or you get your plane.
while the others watch.
It's not a fake contest.
But I hoped you struck.
Alright, I'm almost there. Now, I've still got a section over here, but it's got a hole cut for my wiring that's going to be going down through there.
Anyone.
See? So I'm going to start up here at about the same place I ended up. Make a couple cuts.
We've lost the channel. How do I regain picture?
Yeah, it's done dulled that blade already.
Captain's dead. Take Mr. Spock next.
Now on the cover that goes over, okay, don't do no cutting on that, nothing at all, because on the back cover you want this wall here to cover the edge of the burner, the ring burner, so that there's no flow disturbance. Now here's the fun part. Yep, here's the fun part, pilots. I get a small straight head screwdriver, okay? And I just start going away at it. Just trying to pop them little squares out. Now you talking about making a mess, pops, you fixing to. Don't worry about what it looks like right now, Pop. Don't worry about it. Because right now it looks terrible. It's terrible, I tell you, it's terrible. Looks like somebody took a razor blade and just cut it all out. Now this is about a 1/2 inch thick right here, pilots. But about 1/4 of an inch behind it is only a 1/4 of an inch thick. So when you get over here on this side, you're on thickness on the side, but when you get down here at the bottom, it's not that thick, okay? Now you got, usually on the free wings that I would put these ring burners in, their foam was thick. I mean, it wasn't none of this hollow stuff here. It was all foam. But these LX models, I've learned is not the same way. But I love them, pilots. I love a MiG-29 pilots with a parachute stop shoot. An ejectable pilot with parachute, slats, vector exhaust, thrust vector, full flowing elevator, and yeah, I got the original servos in this jet, Pop. I do. If they not bad, I'll leave them in it. Why? I mean, but I have had to replace one in this one. My aileron servo went out, so I took the vector, and that servo right there ain't no good, Pop. It's just steady. It's locked in right there. Had to put that servo in my aileron. Like I said, we're not worried about up here at the top right now. We're just getting that bottom ready. And it looks like Fido's, you know what. Mr. Spock, to the bridge, please. Acknowledge. Yeah. Alright, I've got it about halfway there. Okay? Now this is a crucial step here, folks. Now, but I've lost my sandpaper. Crucial step, I've lost my sandpaper. Oh wait, there it is. Had the instructions on top of it. Okay, I got it folded here. Okay, 36 grit, 40 grit, I think, 36 or 40, something like that. Now it's pretty worn down because I've used this so long. But anyway, when you sand foam pilots, it's best, for my opinion, that you just stay in the same direction. Try to go in the same direction. Don't be sitting there like you regularly sand it back and forth. And you try to, I've got to see if I can shape this here. Where does it go around? Put that in there. And I'm just going to go this side a little bit. Figure out something. How did I do it the other night? Do this side first. Got to hurry here and make this board. Well, this ain't fun. Well, yeah, it is. But I'm just trying to get that stuff smoothed out there a little bit, but not cutting on my straight edge as best I can. Okay, we've done that side a little bit. I'll know when it's Dave's time when the show goes off. Just a little bit. You just want to smooth up a little bit. 'Cause literally, pilots, what I do is just put a thin coat of epoxy over all that, or the seat down in there, and make it smooth again. Eventually it gets there. Okay, a little bit more right here. Now, on the top, like I said, you can try to make this a nice clean cut. And maybe a 45-degree angle, you see your blade stick out there a little bit where you've already sanded a little bit. Now this might not be perfect on the first cut here, but you just want to try to make it cut where you can save that piece. Boy, this stuff, I tell you, this blade's like it's old as hell. Just changed you, man. Listen to that sawing. Now you want to save that, you gotta save that. Because once you get your burner in, on the bottom, you might have just a little small lip there where you didn't get it low enough maybe or something, or some other thing. But a lot of times, you even have, I mean, like I said, I had to cut a little bit here, but the fan just fit right in there and it's right on the edge there, so I know that's where it's gonna have to be up here. So I might have to fill that back up in there, pilots, you know? You never know. Till you cut it and try to shape it. You can put the burner in there and check it. Oh, I'm gonna get that little bit right there, huh? Finish that cut. I might have to cut some more up here. Looks like, oh yeah. Let me get a little more of the angle here. But you can understand what I'm trying to say here. You want to make that in a 45-degree angle, and even after I do this cut here, just to get the burner to fit in there, I'll take that piece of sandpaper and kind of smooth it out some too. Done pretty good right up to there, I can tell by the angle. Okay, now you want to fit this time. It's almost Dave time. And you get the picture, you know what I'm saying. And my wires is gonna be over here in my hole. You just want it to barely go. Oh, look at that fit, pilots. Just look at that fit. Just look at that. Just look at that. Are you feeling me, pilots? Are you feeling me? But like I said, I'm gonna get you close here. I'm out.